doing a air brake test. I have just secured my bus with wheel chocks. I'm going to start the bus for a fully charged system of 125 psi.
Close the door first. You don't want things in the bus, right?
Now we have a fully charged system. We heard the air brake sneeze, and when it got to the cutout at approximately 125 psi. I will open the door, turn the key to run, the window is open. Starting with a static air loss test, we're going to apply the service brake and release the spring brake with an initial 5 to 15 pounds of psi loss and no more than 2 psi after 1 minute once the needles have stopped moving. And then I will start timing. Okay, the needles will stop moving, and I will now time for 1 minute.
And you're still listening for air leaks, right?
Yes, we're still listening for any air leaks. Okay, we've reached 1 minute, and our needles didn't move more than 2 psi. I will now do an applied air loss test of holding down on the service brake with approximately 90 pounds psi of force to the service brake, with an initial 5 to 15 pounds psi loss and no more than 3 psi after 1 minute once the needles have stopped moving. The needles have stopped moving, and I will now time for 1 minute.
Headed for fuel.
Okay, we've reached 1 minute, and my needles did not drop more than 3 psi for the applied air loss test. I will now pump our air pressure down for a low pressure warning alarm that should come on with an indicator on the dash at approximately 60 psi. Our low air pressure alarm came on at approximately 60 psi. I will continue pumping down to approximately 20 to 30 psi for the spring brake to engage. Our spring brake engaged. I will now turn the bus on for air recovery and build to a fully charged system. between 85 and 100 psi. I will time that my needles build to 100 psi in less than 45 seconds. Now we've reached 100 psi at approximately 20 seconds. Reached the air governor cutout at approximately 125 psi by hearing the air brake sneeze. I'm now pumping my air pressure down to approximately 90 psi for the air governor cut in at 100 psi. Once we reach 100 psi, I'm watching that both my needles move simultaneously from the air governor cut in. Okay, we've reached the air governor cutout. I'm going to go get my wheel chocks to finish the air brake test.
Don't leave your bus running. Put it in charter mode. Don't leave your key.
Charter mode has been activated.
We know we have to move it.
Charter mode has been activated.
Now we're going to test the spring brake, and we're making sure the spring brake is still engaged. We're putting the bus in a low gear, and we're going to rev the engine up to approximately 1200 RPMs and pull against the spring brake.
Kyle,
ensuring that it
I want
holds.
you to turn your engine off and pretend that you took the keys with you and now you've come back in and brought your chalks in. What are you going to do?
Push the alarm again. So I'm turning it off.
Turn it to run and look at your dash. What do you want to tell me?
We're going to turn the key to run. We're waiting for all the indicator lamps to go on and off, and we're waiting for the wait to start and the ABS light to go out. So we have the wait to start and the ABS light, and we're waiting for that to go out. Now we're turning the bus on.
You want to answer? Hand me the mic. Go for Amy. Go for Amy, John.
I'm gonna eat your lunch.
Ooh.
Okay. We're going to test and pull against the spring brake. We're making sure the spring brake is engaged, putting a bus in the low gear. We're going to rev the engine at approximately 1200 RPMs, and we're pulling against the spring brake, ensuring that it holds. And the spring brake holds. We're going to keep the bus in a low gear, release the spring brake. We're going to move forward slowly, testing the service brake, that there's no sponging in the service brake, and that we have no play in the steering wheel and it doesn't pull to the left or to the right. And we do that one more time, going a little faster. that ends our air brake test.